away.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of the last to first challenge. Today we are going to be doing Bahrain Grand Prix, part 2 of the challenge. We are going to be going with the 2-stop softs to mediums and then to mediums again. And I hope you guys all enjoy, as it's 5 laps and away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix. Up ahead is Nicholas Latifi and then Giovinazzi. All you want to do on this first corner is make sure you don't get damage, and this first lap make sure you don't get damage and play it safe. Hopefully we can make some inroads on the top teams once again as we go up around the outside of Giovinazzi. Up ahead is Nicholas Latifi as he dives it up the inside of Kevin Magnussen. And now we are out behind Kevin Magnussen, thinking about going down the inside, but it was a bit risky. And now I'm thinking about going around the outside, then I got the inside, but oh my word, I have made a massive mistake. I left it way too late. And on the first lap, the AR, they brake much earlier than they do the rest of the race, and therefore I got some damage. And at this point I was thinking about boxing for a set of mediums because I think that we can still make the 2-stop work, although we would have to change our front wing. And now we are behind Russell. We are still making some inroads, but I thought that the front wing was too damaged and we wouldn't be able to unlock our full potential of the pace as we do go down the inside of George Russell. And that was another good move, but yet I felt that the car was not handling too well, so then I decided to make a pit stop quickly just to make sure that everything's good. And I just want to notify everyone that this isn't the actual race. This is actually a Grand Prix that I did after the race because I lost the footage for the actual race, and so therefore I wasn't able to give you guys the actual race footage. I hope you all understand this is just a Grand Prix. And yeah, so in the actual race I came 10th. We'll see what happens in this race. Hopefully we can do better than what we did in the actual race. So as we come out the pits, we are in P20 as no one else has pitted. We are 27 seconds behind Giovinazzi, who's in P19. So we are far away from overtaking him. And now I'm just going to show you lap by lap how much we catch up per lap until we do eventually catch them up. And so here we go, on lap 2 we are 26.5. now coming on to lap 3 we are 25.2, so we have gained about a second a lap. Coming on to the end of the next lap we are 22.2, which is another 3 seconds gain. And now on lap 4 we get our first warning for corner cutting, and that is not good. But coming on to the end of that lap, 20 seconds is the gap, just under 20 seconds now. Coming on to the end of lap 5, 15 seconds, so we gained 5 seconds on that lap. That was mental, that lap, although we still have not set the fastest lap of the race. The next time round we go 12 seconds, which is another 3 seconds gain. And now coming on to lap 7 we get our first penalty of the race. This is not good, as I told before, and we get another warning on top of that, which just is the cherry on the cake. I was fuming, but it is what it is. We have to learn how to drive with these penalties, try and take less penalties as we go along, as we get better. As we come onto the end of lap 8, as you can see, Daniel Ricciardo has pitted to the soft tyres. He is 7 seconds up the road by now. Nicholas Latifi is 8 seconds. I don't think he has pitted, and therefore we are starting to catch the cars ahead at a rapid pace. Coming on to the beginning of lap 9,
Gap to teammate ahead is 18.3
A lot
seconds.
more people have pitted, or lap 10, the beginning of lap 10, sorry. A lot more people have pitted, and here we go. Nicholas Latifi is going to be our first victim of the last to first challenge at Bahrain. We just use a little bit of overtake, make sure we get up behind him, and the Williams shouldn't be too hard to navigate as we are right behind him, and the traction difference between me and Nicholas Latifi is mental. And we go up the inside in the traction zone. We didn't even need the corner to help us. And that was the move done. So now we're in P19, still another 18 positions to gain in this race as Pierre Gasly retires from the session, which promotes us up into P18 of P19, which means we now have gained another position. And now we come on to the back of Magnussen. We are still in P18. It is the beginning of lap 12, and we are coming up to the back of him. I wasn't sure whether to go for it, but I decided to just send it. It worked out perfectly. It wasn't even like a dive bomb. It was.
Let's use overtake and burn some of this energy.
It was a very cautious move, and it worked out fine. Next up is George Russell, as we almost ran into the back of him. He was very slow. And I started to go around the outside of George Russell, and as we get another warning for running on the curves, but yet here I went on the curve and I locked up massively and just ran out wide straight into George Russell. I'm really sorry about that. That was all my fault. I should have backed out of that and then overtaken him on the straight. But now lap 15, we're in P11. More people have probably boxed. And now it is time for us to dive it in for a second pair of mediums to go to the end of the race. Now to lap 16.
Release.
I think we followed Daniel Ricciardo into the pits, and he actually went onto the hard compound tires. And I know for a fact the mediums can run the whole way, as we pitted on lap 1 and went 15 laps, so the mediums can definitely go the last 14 laps of the race. As now all I'm trying to do is trying to catch up to Daniel Ricciardo, and he goes very slowly through that first corner. The hards are very cold. Our mediums heat up much quicker than they did. And as I go down the inside of Daniel Ricciardo, as we need to get the move done because his hard tires were still cold, and we would have lost a lot more time if we had stayed behind him. And that was the move done. Now we are 2 seconds behind Kimi Raikkonen and Giovinazzi, who are still on the hard compound tires, and so they are going to be slow. And now we have to catch up to the people that did 1 stops in this race and try and overtake them. Make sure that we can get into the points and get some good points in this race, hopefully even a podium, but maybe not. Anyway, as we get on the DRS of Antonio Giovinazzi, we see 2 people have come out the pit, Esteban Ocon and Sergio Perez, and I turn in thinking that Perez was a little bit further behind, but I ran into the side of him a little bit. Luckily no damage for either of us, and we get on the DRS, and now he is coming at us with fresh medium tires, so I have to defend around the outside. Quite simple defense, but yet now we have to overtake Ocon as well as the 2 Alfa Romeos on hard compound tires. And now we are right on the back of Esteban Ocon. Hopefully we can make the move stick quite soon. As we get on the DRS, hopefully I used overtake. If I didn't, okay, there we go, yes, I used overtake. Going right to the side, to the right hand side, and now trying to get a good exit. It wasn't the best exit possible, but it was okay. And now I decided I can't waste much more time, and I go down the inside of Esteban Ocon, but yet we get another time penalty.
A time penalty for that last incident.
That is 6 seconds worth of time penalties, and we are not looking good for time penalties in this race. As now we are on the gearbox of Antonio Giovinazzi, and now I am using overtake, making sure I get past him, because those hard compound tyres are going to be... And Kimi Raikkonen is going slowly, and that makes it 3 wide as we go around the outside of both the Alfa Romeos in one go. Now we almost get another warning, but yet Raikkonen's coming back at us. Luckily I had to use a bit of overtake, but luckily we can stay ahead of him. And now coming on to lap 18, we are catching the McLaren of Carlos Sainz and the AlphaTauri of Danny Kvyat for P8 and P7. And at this point I had saved my ERS so well, and now all I have to do is make sure I can overtake them and then pull the 6-second gap for my penalties. As now all I'm trying to do is get a great exit, and we get much better exit than Carlos Sainz. Even though it was not perfect, we still get better, and now we have to use the overtake button. Carlos Sainz goes a bit defensive, and we take it around the outside of Carlos Sainz. And Danny Kvyat's on the hard compound tyres, and it would be quite hard to get past him for Carlos Sainz and everyone to get past him. So I decided to just go for it and get both of the moves done at once, well, within 2 corners. And now we are here in P7. And now coming on to the end of lap 20, we get another warning, although we did set a purple first sector, which is good. It confirms that we still have the pace over everyone else. And coming on to the end of lap 20, we did indeed set the fastest lap, which is sick. Coming on to lap 22, I had a little bit... Now I remember I had a little bit of a moment here. It wasn't the best moment. But yet, Valtteri Bottas is out of the session. My teammate is out of the Grand Prix, which promotes us up into P6 of this race. And now all I'm trying to do is trying to pull a 6-second gap to Carlos Sainz behind, and hopefully we can do that. As we come to lap 23, I almost ran into the wall as we get a lot of oversteer, and that has just made our life a little bit more difficult, as now Carlos Sainz has caught up by 2 seconds. And now coming on to the middle of lap 23, I'm not sure what I was doing there, but I went off the track for a second and then I only realized what was going on. I went back on and I got a penalty, and that's 9 seconds. So now we have to really push to make sure Sainz gets away. But as you can see now, we are not letting Sainz get away, as he's just going to be closing up to the back of us as he's made a massive mistake. But now on lap 26, we are 10 seconds ahead of Carlos Sainz, which confirms that we have P6 for now, unless we make another mistake, which is always possible, as we overtake Lance Stroll for P5 on track. But yet I don't think it will be possible with the remaining laps for us to pull out a 9-second gap over Lance Stroll. And as you can see, I was pushing so hard to try and get this gap to Lance Stroll. But we come out of the final corner and we actually almost lose the car, a bit like the other mistake I had. And we are 5 seconds ahead of Lance Stroll, which means that he is going to be in P5, we're going to be in P6. P6, not the best result. We still got driver of the day. And remember, this was just a Grand Prix mode, not the actual championship. In the actual championship, I finished 10th because I made a few mistakes. Hopefully we can do better in Vietnam, and hope you enjoyed this episode of the Last to First Challenge Championship.
A solid strategy today that appeared well suited to the conditions out on track. The driver did everything that was expected of them in the moment to really execute the team's plan to perfection. A shining example of how F1 really is a team sport.
As Max Verstappen wins the race.
The drivers are en route to the podium as we speak. What a fantastic win.
We have Max Verstappen
They performed exceptionally
Vettel and
today,
Albon on the
keeping us
podium.
firmly on the edge of our seats throughout the entirety of the race. Congratulations to everyone at the team.
Thank you all for watching this episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully if you liked it, please leave a like. Please comment down below what you guys want to see. I'd really appreciate your comments, and hopefully we can see you in the next one.